What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Creativ Rise podcast. So glad you're here. We got some exciting news for you.
This is a big episode.
A new record has officially been broken for the 6-week Creativ Rise Mastermind revenue total. So over the last 6 years, we've been running a 6-week experience called the 6-week Creativ Rise Mastermind, where we take 30 businesses to 35 businesses-ish, and we run them through the 6 pillars of building a 6-figure business foundation. August 2019 was the first time we ever did this, and since then, we've actually been calculating and keeping track of each and every single win that happens inside of the mastermind. Cash collected, deals booked,
and they know this because for the last 5 weeks, we've been telling you at the beginning of every single episode what the wins from that week have been. And there have been some really cool wins, big and small, cool wins of people that are actually really moving the needle forward in their business. And so, you guys, we have a total from all of the wins from round 14.
So we just wrapped up. Yeah. We just wrapped up round 14. Week 6 is officially over. The 6-week Creativ Rise Mastermind round 14 is officially done. And it was an incredible experience. Like, we had people from all over the world. You guys have heard about it. All over the world. Amazing wins. And it was just incredible. We had so many people in the brand and commercial industry. We had a bunch of people in the wedding space. And it's like every round races to beat the revenue total of the round prior.
Yeah.
And just for context, before we share this number with you, these are not all 36 of the businesses that were in round 14. These are not businesses that are all super like 100% stoked on where they're at. These are businesses that are signing up for the 6-week Creativ Rise Mastermind because they're like, collectively, I want to get in a community that's going to leave my business better than it found it. I want to get in a community where my business is going to change, where it's going to double in size, 5x in size. It's going to 10x in size over the next 6 to 12 months, whatever that might be, depending on where people are at. These are all people that are wanting more. Yeah. So the number we're about to share with you is pretty incredible.
Well, and we had a lot of people who were just getting started, like literally just starting their business. Like we had people just starting their business their first day of the mastermind. Like they were like, I know what I want to do.
Their first wins were literally the first money they've ever collected as a business. Yeah.
So that's why this total is so cool. Yeah. We're like, we just see the behind the scenes of all this. So give it to us.
Before we do, we're sharing the total because we always do a podcast episode on what each round of the 6-week Creativ Rise Mastermind makes and specifically what we believe they did really well in order to generate that income. Yeah. And so this episode is shared with you to really encourage you that people are making money doing what they love as freelancers, as self-employed creators. We want you to know that. We want you to hear that. We want you to believe that. Number 2 is we want to also break down and really pull down the curtain, lift the hood a little bit on what these creators are doing to make this money. Because just telling you a number that is very amazing is one thing, but to tell it to you, have it inspire you, but also break down something that's actually applicable to your business so you can actually go on out and make more money yourself is the deal. That's the big deal. That's the big reason why we're doing this right here. So very excited about this. But guys, here it is. Drum roll, please.
Well, why don't you tell them what the previous record holders were?
Okay, so the previous record holders were, I believe it was round 11. So it's been a couple rounds.
Yeah.
Round 12 and round 13 have been very close to breaking the totals, breaking the record. They have not yet broken it. This round was something different though. Yeah. So $422,000 was our previous total in 6 weeks, which is crazy. If you were to break that down, split it evenly between the amount of people that are in each mastermind, that'd be about roughly $11,000 per person inside of the 6-week experience. That's a lot of money. That's amazing. That's really, really cool. This round was very, very different. Okay. This round, here's the exact total. In 6 weeks, round 14 of the 6-week Creativ Rise Mastermind, 36 businesses from all over the world made a whopping $510,364.25 collected deals locked in inside of 6 weeks. Which is insane.
Incredible. Like, insane. I was blown away. I was like, these people were crushing, but I was like, I wonder if they're going to get close to the record. Like, I don't know. We'll see. And then literally blew the record out of the water. They had made over $500,000 in this 6 weeks, which is crazy.
42 days. I just looked up how many days is 6 weeks. 42 days. Okay. Here's going to be some
proud of these
Here's going to be some super, super quick math. I want to know what the math is on this. So $510,364.25 divided by 42 days. That's $12,151.52. every single day is
That's
what
crazy.
this group
That's crazy.
is making as a collection of business owners, which is a very, very beautiful thing. So here's some more data. That's an average of $14,176 per person in 6 weeks. Now, does it break down perfectly like that? Of course not, right? There's 36 businesses. Some of them made a little bit less, some of them made a little bit more, but that would be an average if we were just going to completely cut it off and spread it out around the 36 businesses. That's a pretty mind-blowing number, okay?
Yeah.
That's about $2,362 per week per person. So to put that in perspective, the average freelancer in the United States of America as a self-employed creative makes roughly the average $3,000 per month. These guys were doing that almost in a week when you broke it down completely across the board. So this is some incredible numbers. This group is going to do 4 on average. They're pacing right now to do $4.42 million in the next 12 months, which is absolutely incredible. That's insane.
Incredible. So if you're thinking like $500,000, what does that even look like? What do deals like that even look like? Let me read you some of these deals because it is cool how it all stacks up and cool to see it actually in that micro level. So Whitney and Gary landed a $14,000 wedding, which is so sick. They're an amazing couple team. We've got Stephanie. She hit her first $9,000 month she said this, these are her words, while honestly working less than other months where she was making less but working so much more. Jessie added $8,000 to a retainer client through an upsell that we crafted with her. George and Jack hit their goal of $10,000 a month in retainer work, which is cool. They basically landed, I think, all those deals inside of the 6-week Creativ Rise Mastermind. Jack also did like 600 sales calls. It was incredible.
That was his wager for the last 21 days in the mastermind. He made
insane.
600 cold calls.
It was crazy.
Which is crazy. Story for another day.
Then we got Marlon, $3,300 a month retainer with a $2,600 startup fee in the first month, in addition to the $3,300
for some
a month,
pin posts.
Which is so sick.
Awesome.
Alex Mack landed a $1,500 a month for a content for a health and fitness product distributor. Justin hit a $15,000 a month. Andrew Botterbush hit $3,500 in a new retainer that he got. 2 new retainers, $3,500 just this week for a restaurant and for a roofing company. We had Daniel and Izzy. They locked in $26,000 this month, split between 3 different shoots. Sam Rogers, $39.50 for a header film for a school with 3 reels, which is awesome. So that's just a few of the last and final 6th week wins, and we just wanted to shout those people out because we had to finish it off with some really good wins.
Yeah, so incredible wins, guys. Hopefully that inspires you, shows you that people are making a lot of really good money doing what they love as photographers, filmmakers, social media managers, social media content strategists, influencers, whatever you might call yourself. There's people that are doing it and they're doing really well at it. So here's what we learned, okay? Here's what we want you to really focus on. This is interesting. We've never done this before, but we actually took all the data, every single win, every single time someone said, hey, I'm ringing the bell, I just made this much money, here's the deal, here's what I learned.
Yeah. We
compiled all of those, threw them into ChatGPT and said, can you give me some breakdowns? Like, what's interesting about this data? Is there anything that stands out to you? And I was blown away by this. It actually came back and said 60% of the deals, here's the exact number, $306,218 in 6 weeks, 60% of the deals, that exact total, over $300,000, came from repeatable offers. Repeatable, recurring offers. So that means people were selling multi-month retainers. They were selling to repeat clients. They were selling deals that they could sell once and then sell again when the season changes or when the month changes.
Yeah.
And so something to consider for you is if your business is not where you're at, where you want it to be right now, it's not where you really, really want it to be at this same time next year, you need to consider 60% of the creatives we just worked with over the last 42 days made out of the 36 creatives we worked with over the last 42 days, 60% of the income they all made was from simplified recurring offers. So do you have a recurring offer in your business? Are you a social media manager that has month-to-month packages where people can hire you for 3 to 6 months, 12 months, and you can be their in-house social media manager that's not in-house, right? They're contracting you out of house to do it. Are you a photographer who's going to be working with a brand with quarterly? We do this a ton. We shot one, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
And then you're shooting another one in like a week and a half from now, shooting quarterly photo shoots for brands, helping them with their summer, spring, fall, and winter launches, right? Or seasonal specific things like Thanksgiving coming up. Like, are you going to have repeatable offers like that? Are you a filmmaker who's going to help fill people's social content calendars with reels so their ad libraries are maybe full, right? What does it look like for you to get recurring revenue inside of your business because you're solving recurring problems for clients, right? So 60% of the $510,000 that this group collected in round 14, 60% of it came from recurring offers. And what's really cool about recurring offers is they're more predictable offers, right? We love this. You have one client that you were telling me the other day, one of your clients, that's one of our favorite clients, you were like, hey, I think we might do close to $100,000 this year with this client. And that's a recurring client with you. That's a very predictable client with you. You've been working with them for how many years? 6, 7 years?
Yeah.
Like 7 years? Okay, so guys, how would it feel to be in Christy's shoes where you're like, wow, I have a photo client that I shoot campaigns for that is so predictable because I know I'm going to be shooting all of their quarterly seasonal campaigns. Plus they throw in random additional stuff all the time when they have new things coming out in their businesses or new additions to their product lineup. That's a very beautiful thing, right? So the secret to scaling for this group in this round so far, and a lot of times in our businesses too, is focusing on repeatable, scalable offers for ideal clients. And so if you don't have that in your business, I would really encourage you to think about what that would look like.
Yeah, if you're like a jack of all trades, you're like, and this is what we kind of dealt with everyone at the very beginning when we were talking about offers and creating offers and looking at what does a repeatable offer look like in your business. So many people were like, oh, I'm kind of like a jack of all trades. I'll do anything. Like I'll just price it out custom. And while you can make money that way, we really believe the path to actually scaling to hitting that 6-figure business foundation plus is by these repeatable offers. So that was such a massive and crucial part of the mastermind, and why they were able to hit this huge revenue goal and break this record is because they focused on these repeatable, scalable offers. And we want to talk a little bit more about what we focused on, because you might be sitting here going, okay, these must just be the most talented people in the world. Like they must be the most creative. They must be doing this. And while yes, these people are absolutely talented, absolutely creative, we didn't focus 1 second during the entire 6 weeks on the creative side. It wasn't about, hey, we got to get this lighting correct. You got to make sure, your feed colors match. You got to do this, and this. It was all about the business strategy behind what we were doing. And so we want to list off some of the things that we focused on in the 6 weeks that helped get to this $500,000 goal for these guys, and how you can do it maybe in your business, because maybe you're thinking like, oh, maybe I just need to get better creatively. That's usually not the problem. Usually the creative is good enough. It's the business side that needs the work. So couple things. Number one, we focused on consistent pricing. We got people out of day rates, hourly rates, and into value-based pricing where you can actually scale up what you do for a client and what you're able to charge, rather than just basing it either on your hours or lowballing yourself because you're just hoping someone says yes, and actually developing a lot of skills and strength around pricing that help you lead to higher prices, which is honestly the fastest way to make more money in your business is obviously just pricing.
Like the easiest way, to grow your business by 25% in a year, even 50% is probably pricing problems. So we attacked that week one. That was super important. Number two is then we took what we were pricing, those offers, and we made sure that they were packaged in a way that looked very attractive to ideal clients. And so this is called creating really good 6-figure offers. And a business that does not have scalable, consistent, simplified offers will not scale and will not feel simple. It'll feel very chaotic, and it will feel like you're always doing whatever anybody wants you to do, rather than going into the marketplace and saying, I have a great solution for this. I would love to solve this if you're a business, if you need a commercial photographer, if you need a social media strategist, or if you're a bride and you need me to shoot your wedding. Like actually getting intentional about what are we specifically, what's each person specifically designed to do? What offers can they make around that? And then how can they really go out and make them proactive? And so that was huge. We priced them. We made sure they were simplified and scalable. The third thing that we did was we made sure that they were going towards clients that were clear and that were, in the best cases, repetitive. So as we said above, the best business models are ones that have consistent clients, because it takes a lot of time, energy, and resources to go out and earn a new client, to acquire a new client. And so the businesses that grow the most year to year are clients that typically are businesses that are typically stacking clients rather than getting a client, losing a client, going and chasing another client, get a client, lose a client, chase another client. It's way better to go get a client, retain a client, keep the client, grow with the client, stack another client on top of that, right? So it was very important that everyone in the mastermind, we asked them the question, is there a way that you can position your offers to be more clear to a really, really good ideal client? And can you pick one that has recurring problems? Therefore, you can have a recurring solution, which we often call retainers, or recurring models of business, which is really important. So,
and then we talked about branding. We talked about how to actually position yourself as someone who is a problem solver, someone that actually earns trust before you even pitch or before someone even inquires with you, how to actually communicate that from a narrative perspective in your business so that when people, again, land on your site, land on your Instagram, interact with a piece of your content, it's not just, wow, look at that portfolio piece. They're such a good photographer. But instead, wow, that person understands what I need. And I see myself in their solution and I want to pay them good money to do that. So you become an only option when you focus on actually strategically branding yourself, which is massive. And we also talked a lot about pitching too.
Yeah. A lot of people pitch wrong. I'll just flat out say it. They pitch really wrong. That's some of the best feedback we get every single time we run the 6-week Creativ Rise Mastermind. People say, wow, I just watched the pitching module and that blew my freaking mind. I'm changing so many things. I'm simplifying so many things.
Yes.
I cannot wait to get started. And then they go get started and they get way better results with their pitching because they're actually pitching properly, using the proper frameworks, using the proper scripts, doing it in the right way at the right times. And so people learned how to pitch in a way that was unique, not the cookie cutter, hey, I'm a photographer, we should work together, I like your brand. We totally flipped that on its head, taught everybody how to pitch properly. And so if you're looking to grow your business next year, you do not have enough clients, pitching has got to be a strategy that you lean on in order to get more clients. Yeah. We also were talking to wedding photographers. It does work in the wedding space. Explain that real quick.
Oh, you can absolutely pitch yourself in your services. You can pitch yourself, first of all, to other vendors to get referrals. You can pitch yourself to other photographers to get their referrals, like in this cashback kind of way. But then also you can pitch yourself absolutely to different couples. You see someone's engaged, pitch yourself, send stuff over, offer them just some like free value in the sense of like, oh, you're getting married in Mexico? Check out this spot when you're down there. By the way, I shoot weddings. Do you have a photographer yet? Like
100%.
Shoot your shot is basically the whole idea, but in a really seamless way when it comes to pitching, which is cool. Another thing that we really focused on, and this is my personal favorite, is marketing that's systematic and not based on just your motivation. So your motivation will ebb and flow every single day. And so if your marketing is reliant on whether or not you feel like posting that day, or you feel like running an ad that day, or you feel like doing X, Y, and Z, your business will ebb and flow. Your inquiries will ebb and flow. Your revenue will ebb and flow. But when you actually build marketing systems that work while you sleep, while you don't have motivation and all of those different things, it's massive. So we focused on like social sales funnels, building things once and setting and forgetting it so that it can run on autopilot to generate leads for you through either just paid ads or really structured plans and all of that kind of stuff. That's been really cool. Offering value first rather than just telling people to hire you. That was a massive part of this mastermind. And people, I'm so excited about those because those systems, when you set them up, man, they start to generate like crazy and they will continue to generate over the next 12 months for these businesses. And so I'm like, man, $500,000 just in these last 6 weeks is incredible. But I'm like, I am so curious to see in 12 months how much they're generating in 42 days because of these systems that they implemented.
100%. And last but not least, the sales side, right?
Yeah.
Making sure that like people are actually going, what does it look like to learn how to sell in a way that's comfortable to me? How do I do this in a way that doesn't feel like it's out of personality, it's out of character for me? And this is where a lot of creatives struggle, right? They might get the content right, they might get the marketing right, their offers might even be right, but they get to the part where they need to sell, and that's when they fall really flat. Yeah. So it's so important that we work with everybody inside of the 6-week Creativ Rise Mastermind to make sure that they understand how sales works, the frameworks to sales, our 7-step sales process, and then they can personalize it to themselves in a way that actually feels comfortable, they can implement it. And we see awesome results from that. Like even this week, Sam Rogers, shout out to Sam Rogers from Australia, he wrote in a message saying, hey, I just locked in this $3,500 deal. I'm super stoked about it. We worked with them earlier in the year and it was only like $1,200. So this is a huge jump, and that all comes down to the confidence I got from the sales frameworks that I'm implementing right now. So thank you guys so much for it. That was awesome. And we were like, Sam, awesome. Thank you, bro. Way to implement, way to make it happen. And that is a great example of somebody getting better at sales right there, which is so important.
The sales side almost felt like each round, it feels like something sticks out to me. It's like, oh, it's either pitching or it's about branding or it's about this. This one felt a lot about sales. And that's actually kind of funny because they are the ones who broke the record for selling the most.
Yeah.
So that's incredible. And so cheers to round 14 for breaking the record, for implementing these things. Again, you guys, if you're in the creative space and you're kind of like, oh, I'm not where I want to be, or like, listen to this, fired me up, but I feel a little bit confused because I feel like I'm focusing so much on the creative side, we would just urge you, take all of these things we just talked about and really start implementing them into your business. Start diving into them. Start assessing your business and going, where am I at with sales? Where am I at with marketing systems? Where am I at with all of these things, pricing, all of these different things? Because focusing on those things actually helps move the needle. So we're stoked from this round. Congratulations to round 14.
Yeah, huge congrats.
We are pumped. Again, we get so excited because it's not just about the money. Like, it's not like, oh, 500,000. That's like, it is the coolest thing, but it also is honestly secondary to the community that I feel like we developed. And like literally on the last call, you guys, we all sit around and we say like, hey, I came in blank, I left blank. So like I came in insecure about my business. I'm leaving confident, more confident than ever. Or like I came in, making only $50,000 a year. Now I'm living with $100,000 a year run rate, like with these cool moments. And my favorite part wasn't even the things that they said they were leaving with, but it was all the people hyping them up in the chat that have just walked 42 days with these people, like deep in the trenches during the highs and the lows, because there are both kind of days throughout the 42 days. And literally these people were just hyping each other up, just the connection that happened with us and them, but then also them with each other. It was so cool to see the creative community step up for each other and really connect. So if you're like, hey, that sounds sick, like when is the next one? It's coming. Round 15 is coming.
Spring 2026. So it's going to be taking place. Don't have exact dates yet, but it's going to be probably the last week of February. Going into March is when we were going to be kicking off. So if you want any information about that, creativrise.com, go to the link in the description. You'll see all the information. It's all out there, guys. We hide nothing in terms of what we're going to be teaching you, how we're going to be teaching it to you, what people have said that have gone through it. It's as an open book as possible, because we know that there's so many of you guys that always want to do this. So we just want to make sure all the information's out there so that the best people can apply. So you do have to apply. We only take 36 businesses every time we do this. We get over 100 applications every time. So if you get on the wait list, you get early access to the application. Plus, speaking of sales, if you get on the wait list today, you will actually get sent to a page right after you join the wait list. Totally free to join the wait list, no commitment. You're going to get sent to a page that says, hey, thank you for joining the wait list, and here's a free sales course. So we'll teach you something for free. You can start to implement that even prior to the mastermind starting around sales, which is great. But guys, super excited. Cannot wait to see who is in round 15. It's going to be awesome. If you know anybody from round 14, go shoot them a message and just say, hey, congrats. You broke the record. Way to go. But hopefully this episode was just super impactful for you, encouraging you that this can be done. And there are people that are actively doing the right things and getting well compensated for that. Because if you focus on the business side of the business, your business will grow, which is a very beautiful thing. So it's awesome. Super stoked. I'm encouraged this week.
I am too.
We got some fun stuff coming for you guys. Next week's going to be an awesome episode about how we can kind of go into the end of the year, what you can do to go into the end of the year and push really hard. Awesome. We're going to be doing that. We're going to be breaking down what Christy and I are doing over the next 2 months-ish towards the end of the year, towards the 2026. And we'll see you there.
See you there, guys.